All
Hey
right,
everyone,
guys. Hello, how are you? Mr. R.
yo
איך
yo.
רצית שאני אקרא לך?
תכלס אתה יכול לקרוא לי בשם ש... like always is Inoue, you know? You
Anyway,
can you can say this one, but yeah, this could work.
all right. Amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, so what we are looking right now. This is the
Okay.
Bitcoin chart.
Yes, this is the daily time frame for the Bitcoin US dollar USDT pair. What I want to discuss today is how can we get out of the metrics using simple price action and understanding of the market cycles and just proof case it with the chart that we see here today. Um, so just to make it very simple, I will draw out the market cycles and how they appear in the chart. Of course, there are many variations on the theme and it can look and be interpreted differently by everyone watching this, but the systematic market cycles are going like this.
In every market, anytime, any time frame, right?
Yes, that's why I said there are variations on the theme, and that's because this doesn't change. And why is this pattern doesn't that never changes? That's because human psychology never changes. This is these patterns are based on human reaction to price action, which leads them, the retailers, to obviously do make the wrong decisions when it comes to buying or selling an asset, which can be every asset, starting from cryptocurrency, forex, the forex market, stock markets, indices, and so on. So basically, what we can see here in like very simple is we have the base, which we call a peak formation.
Yeah.
This is a peak where the market makers grab most retailers in the wrong direction. So as you can see, we've came after a drop down, which made a lot of retailers think we can go even shorter Bitcoin to zero stuff. And then it bounces, make them think, okay, that's just a retrace, let's load up more. In the meantime, they are also trapping longs, and then they take the price down to make the guys who shorted earlier to hold the conviction of Bitcoin going to zero, while these guys who went long are getting stopped. And then we can see the first move. The first move is the most important move, which we can see that after the market maker has trapped the retailers here, he would like to shift out of the zone as fast as they can in order to not give the opportunity to those who shorted to break even or to get out in profit. So they would like to do it as fast as they can. So as we can see, we have the first push higher and then the retrace. In the retrace, same retailers who've seen the price drops tremendously still believes that they just shorted in the wrong spot and now this is a better short opportunity for them, and then they go short again. While the price drops, it just retraces to test the level, and then we break higher to the second level, which is usually the biggest level in the cycle, and most fast one, most hard one to capture, if you would like to say that. And as you can see, we have the second retrace down, and then psychology says that every time human brain comes across the number three, it has a psychology effect, which the same person who went short here and went short here will change his direction once he see the third pump up, as we can see, and then the same retailer who went short will go long in the wrong spot here, and the same principles of this W formation apply to this M formation up here, trapping the retailers in the wrong side, and then we drop down three more levels, as you can see. So let's take it to the Bitcoin chart right now, and we can see how to apply it in real time. And we can even go to other markets and show you that anything that these cycles appear in every market. As you can see, as if you remember, I said there are variations on the theme. Things change. It doesn't always look the same, but you will have to be to have like more chart time to be able to read this correctly and however you see fit. Um, so as you can see, we have the information here, and then Bitcoin drops for the first time, it retraces, and then it goes down for the second time. Now it gets more trickier because it didn't actually retrace to test the first level. It just have been consolidated for a while until they drop the third level down, which is the most complex level because it can be very small, a small level which shifts of the zone easily. So as you can see, the W structure right here, and the first rise up to level 1. And as we
Hmm.
continue, we can also see that we have retraced to test the level, the same level, peak formation, and W that we shifted out from. And after they retraced it, you can see after everyone turned short and turned bearish, market makers has pushed priced up into the second level. And now we've had our retrace and attempt to go higher to break to the third level and make an M formation. So that, to be honest, is my um, let's call this projection of price. If we get a positive strong confirmation of a breakout beyond this zone, then there is a reason to believe that Bitcoin can go high with conviction, retrace and test the level again, and maybe hit the 34 mark if I want to be precise. So it's 34 and 18.
34, 37. Do you consider some demand or supply that
Yes, of course.
in
So
your area of the information?
So to be honest, supply and demand is a very wide section of trading, of price action, and to be honest, everything in life is supply and demand. That's why I don't like have the same principles of I don't know, drawing lines on the chart saying this is the resistance to support and stuff. What I work with is basically tick volume. As you can see, my candles have their own unique customization to it, which suggests to me that market makers are involved in each move. And every time I see the candles in colors, I can see the open interest that these large entities have within this moving price. So at
Yeah,
some point, I do expect them to come up and recover it. And if we go by that principle on the daily time frame, as you can see, the shiny red vector candle I have here,
yeah.
this is my price target. And of course, if we go by that principle, we also have that vector candle right here, that same red one, which takes us all the way to almost 40K. So what the principle says is if we go and break the vector candle, um, let me just clean it up a bit.
Without any rejection.
Yes, so if we climb up very very firmly, we can see the breakthrough. Then of course we can expect a little retrace before we head out to these levels to form our M formation, which will be considered as the third level of the cycle. Um, So we have a lot of we have a wide range to expect Bitcoin to go through, but let's hold our horses, not get too excited, because at the end these guys go to where liquidity is at. So if people will go short, then the market makers have all the reason to push price back up in order to take the retailers' money. And if you don't mind, I would like to also jump into the Hyblock, which is another platform that shows us the liquidity and open orders. As you can see, liquidation heat maps are estimates of potential price levels where liquidation events may occur. If a trader knows the location of other traders' liquidation levels, it may provide an edge similar to how knowing the where other traders stop losses are. Meaning, using this heat map, we can definitely see the positions of other traders and see where their open interest is. So if we get into the head of a market makers, we would like to grab the liquidity. So it's important for us to take this under consideration. And if we drop down a time frame, just to see where we have the liquidation is in the 7-day time frames. You can see we have it all over the place, which doesn't give us a very much of an edge. Of course, we are closer to these green, yellowish zones up here in the charts. So let me go a time frame higher, just so we can see it clearly. Okay, so now that we have this one, you can see that the most the closest liquidation points of the retailers are to the ones who went short from this area, and their open interest is in 31,700. And of course we can see 21 billion worth of liquidation points. So if I was a market makers, I would go up there to grab their liquidity, hit their stops, just to dump price down all the way back to the 24 before we go any higher. But of course,
So
everything
so that
changes.
that's is a very important key level in the Bitcoin daily chart
Yes,
for the
most
market
definitely.
maker to close all the short position that they open, or the institution open like couple of months ago.
Yep, definitely, most definitely. So that's actually that. I'm sorry. Um, so that's actually
That is
this, and
an amazing feature, an amazing website if you would like to check. But in a future video, we're gonna explain more about hyper block, high block capital, like in more um, specific way about the liquidity and how it's work. But in that video, we're gonna keep it simple as it is.
perfect, perfect.
All right. So if we consider all what we had spoke before, as we can see, Bitcoin is in high volume, very strong, very strong. Uh, we have liquidity in the 32 area. We can see that the price don't want to give you an option to buy. When you remember to buy, it's already gone. So if you consider altogether, uh, we can see the price of 32. mm, what do you think about that price?
Look, according to the high block, we see that we have 21 billion worth of liquidation points in 31,700. So if we go to the charts and we mark that off, let's go to coordinates 31,700. We can see that we are very close to this zone. As you can see, this is right here. So this is our closest point of interest that we would like to see Bitcoin go to, because
Yeah.
as you see, there's not much liquidity down there. If you were a market maker, you would go up just to grab this liquidity before doing any calculations to go somewhere else. So this is the point of interest, and you can mark it in the charts. And to be honest, one thing to remember: what goes up must come down. So being FOMO right now doesn't help, and you can see this rise up has has happened with like partially light volume, and you can see a bit of a divergence here in the tick volume with the chart. So even if we go up to the third level, it does at the moment it doesn't seem very healthy. So play with cautious. Um, so that's basically it. That's the zone to expect. If Bitcoin can succeed above 31,700 with conviction, we can expect a little bit of a retrace and then to rip back higher into the into the zones that we have highlighted here, which is the 34 mark, 36, 600, and almost 40K. So these are the possibilities. Of course, we can rip back down right now at any moment, and this is trading. So that's what we also have to be cautious of, because of course, before Bitcoin succeeds higher, it can go to test these lows here, for the market makers to pick up the open positions he had in this zone, and then shift higher or break down. So that's what we would like to see and be cautious of. Meaning, if I go long right now, I have to consider this zone as a possible zone to retrace to. So I would place my stop right below the structure. So my position will have the possibility to breathe. So that's
Of
basically
course,
it.
that after a long period of time, that we can see that Bitcoin is going up and then doing some retracement and then going up again strongly with high volume, and that was the last time was the third time. I think I think that the next time that Bitcoin will correct, he will cut a lot of traders that want to buy Bitcoin but thought that that now is a good price to buy. So be cautious in the next time that Bitcoin is doing some retracement, uh, because I think that if we will get to 37, 40, or maybe higher, that maybe it's not going to be some retracement. It's going to be the information and then drop level one, drop level two, and as we have spoken um, when we the video um, started about the formation of the market. Do you want to see? Do you want to show something else, or that is good for now?
I think that is a lot to process. I think guys who've watched this video can come back to it over and over again. I think I can show another example, um, just for the market cycles before we end this stream, just to have to have a little bit of a reassurance that this thing actually work and how to use it and apply it in real time. So let's get over to Aussie dollar. Let's make that mess go away. And we'll go to the 4-hour time frames for starters. And once we see this and we have a clean chart, let's do this. We can definitely now drop down a time frame just to scoop up to see where the levels are at. So as you guys can see, we have some sort, that's why I always say a variation on the theme. We have some sort of a name formation, a drop down to the first level, the retrace, and the second drop, and then the retrace, and the third drop with the W formation trying to shift back up. Now in the retrace, trying to see if they hold the zone, and if so, we can see us ripping back up. So the best way to look at this and to count levels are to just take the rectangle tool the TradingView has to offer, and then just highlight the consolidation levels. And once you can see a consolidation level breaking out, then that's your confirmation that the market makers are ready to drop down to the second level. So now we repeat the same process by marking the high of the level and the low of the level, of course, as known as consolidation. And once we see the break, we can reassure that we are done with this level for now. And we're in the peak formation again, which is equivalent to this information right here. So now we can see that we have our 3 levels. We see that now we are testing the top of this level right here. So this is where we expect This is our make or break zone. As you can see, maybe we're just testing the low of the second level to make a larger W before shifting out of the zone. So these are the things that we have to be cautious with. Of course, macro wise, the Aussie currency has a lot to go through today as the central bank are um, presenting the RBA cash rate today, which could possibly affect the price of Aussie against the US dollar. So,
Of course.
yep, that's basically it for today. In my opinion, unless of course you would like to discuss other stuff.
No, I think that will be great for that video. We will see you in the next videos if we would like to see more about that or another stuff or some another currency. Please make sure to drop down some comment about what you would like to see, and we will see you in the next videos. All right, bye for now.